And welcome to another episode of the Football Smack Talk Show. I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric.
Welcome in, everybody, to another wonderful week on a Monday. We are talking some Eagles football here. Not a lot going on right now, which is understandable that they skipped their voluntary mini camp, but training camp's about a month away, so we have that to look forward to for sure. And we're going to talk a little bit about the roster, maybe some top players, and just I don't know, have a little fun. But if you're out there, you're joining us, please comment. Let us know what you want to talk about, because honestly, that can just carry a show right there. So just let us know what you're feeling about the birds, and we'll keep talking. So. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Eric, how was your week so far today? Obviously, it's a pretty short week, but weekend. How was your weekend? There we go.
The weekend was nice.
Figured it out.
Yeah. Had a nice weekend. Went down, saw my mom down in Maryland.
There you go.
Yeah,
Good.
it was nice. Yeah.
So the thing we wanted to talk about, first thing anyway, is the roster as it stands right now. Do we believe that this roster has championship aspirations? Do we feel, in the grand scheme of things, in the NFC, how do they stack up with, Tampa Bay and the Rams and Packers and even the Cowboys?
Sure.
Where do you think they are right now as the roster's built? Where are they in the grand pecking order here?
Look, the way I see it, they are, in my mind, the fourth best roster in the conference, which is pretty exclusive. I mean, you just rattled off, a number of the teams, whether it be the Green Bay Packers, the LA Rams, the defending champions, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who won the year before. Like, those are the teams I think that might be ahead of them right now.
Yeah.
And that's just right now. I mean, we don't know what rosters are going to look like once injuries, start to come into play.
Sure.
And so you never really know how a roster is going to be. But yeah, just looking at it on paper, I'd say they have right now the fourth best roster in the NFC. And I think, a year ago, we would have signed up for this.
Yeah. I think when we were discussing things, about a year ago, as you said, I think we all were hopeful that by the 2022 season we could be in a spot where, we would be trending upwards, roster-wise and team-wise. And I think they've done just that, having quite the successful offseason, at least, again, on paper. And we're hearing all the right things, reports coming out about whether it be about Jalen and or the defense or whomever. Again, we're hearing good things so far. Now, again, it's limited. It's short arm. Again, it's take it with a grain of salt, obviously, but still, this is the time when you want to hear these good things. So I'm hopeful anyway. And again, looking at their schedule, I think it's a very favorable schedule, especially early. If they can, I think if they can beat Minnesota, which I think might be a sneaky, decent team, I think catching them early before they've really figured themselves out. Obviously, we still need to figure ourselves out that early, but if we can sneak out with a win, I honestly think we can go into the bye with one or two losses and really gain some momentum as we come out of the bye for Pittsburgh, for Houston, and really build from there.
Right. And you never know. Like, Pittsburgh is a team with a lot of question marks. Like, what's going to be their quarterback situation? Houston, they're a team that's kind of been in flux, the last couple of years. What's that team going to look like? I mean, so there's a lot of issues with our opponents. But then again, this is all going to come back to what are we going to get out of the quarterback?
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, and I feel like we've been saying that for 20 years this
at
offseason.
least. Yeah.
You know, um, and it's true, but you know, there's a lot of other factors that go into it. You know,
Hmm.
but we've really set him up to have a successful season. You know, adding AJ Brown, you know, having one of the better offensive lines in football, having other weapons, not just you know a Devontae Smith, but you know, the maturation of Quez Watkins. You know, the continued success of Devontae and Goddard. Miles Sanders, you know, again, if he's going to be healthy, he could definitely make an impact, as we've seen him do you
Sure.
know, when on the field. So, you know, again, if all things go right, and knock on wood, you
Yeah.
know, I think it could set Jalen up for a very successful season and to build upon, you know, those moments that we saw last year where we thought, man, you know what, Jalen could have it. He just again needs to bring it a little bit more consistently and work on a few things. So, um, you know, I still obviously see all the hate online on Twitter and
Yeah.
Facebook,
It's
and
really sad.
it really is. You know, he only seems like he really seems like a good dude, which you know
Yeah.
always helps. You know, like I feel
Sure.
like I not that I didn't think like say Carson wasn't a good dude. There was just something off about him that you couldn't really put your finger on. And with Jalen, I feel like you know he is a good dude and he gets it, and I
Hmm.
feel like he's connected in a way that maybe Carson wasn't.
So, and I know you and I talked about this off air, and I know where you stand on this, but I want you to come out and say it publicly. Will you boo Carson Wentz in his first trip back? And
Uh,
don't just give me the whole, oh, well, he's an opponent, so we're going to boo our opponent. No, no, no. Are you looking at Carson Wentz? And because to a lot of fans, and this is really divisive, I don't understand why, but to a lot of fans, it is they will boo Carson Wentz. And they have hatred in their hearts for Carson Wentz.
let me answer it this way, and I'm
Sure.
going to use a friend of the show as my mouthpiece here, and I'm going to put up his answer, and I share his answer.
And Mike,
Yeah,
I love you.
hell yeah, brother! I'm booing.
I love you, Mike. I really do. Like, I'm a big fan of you and everything you know of the great supporter of the show. I
Top
just
supporter for sure.
I can't. I don't have it in me to boo somebody who was an integral part of the Eagles winning their first and only Super Bowl. I just don't have it in me.
I hear you, and I will always forever be grateful. But everything after that injury, he was never the same. Not in his body, not in his mind, not in the way he acted. He did not handle things well, and he led to his own, you know, trading by his actions. And yeah, listen, maybe it wasn't a fair shake, but that you know that's how it goes sometimes. So, um, listen, he's old news. He's not no longer on this team, and in fact, he is on a rival. So yes, I am going to boo, but there will be a part of me in there that's going to quietly say thank you for your part for what ultimately it was a top 5 moment in my life.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, he was a major contributor to. And look, you know, obviously, you know, both of us got married. You had a child. Like, all
Yeah,
those.
we're obviously supposed to say those things before
Sure.
winning a Super Bowl.
But, like, dude, honestly, me and you in a room in the trust tree,
We're the nest. We're
it's
the
just me
trust
and
tree.
you.
Just
It's
me and
just me
you.
and
No
you.
one else is here.
Absolutely. Nobody else is watching.
Yeah, it was one. It was
Thank
okay. I'm
you.
gonna say the second greatest.
Ooh, so which
Second,
is number one?
my son being born.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's like me, and then me. It's right there.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. My wife would understand. She knows.
I absolutely agree.
She knows. Oh wow. And Dives has some jokes from the Painted Lines, which again we are thrilled to be partnered up with them, sharing streams. He goes, "Which Eagles player needs the most deodorant?" Here's the dad joke answer: Josh Sweat.
Oh, naturally.
Actually, it's actually not a bad one. I feel
Yeah, I
like
was gonna say I've
I'm a
heard
fan.
worse.
I'm a fan of the dad jokes, so I
Yeah.
will definitely have to use that when I am around other Eagles fans. That's a good one. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna steal it. Let's go back to Mike. I was a big fan of Carson until he gave up on us.
See,
While
I
we
just
don't necessarily, while we don't necessarily know with 100% certainty, man, did it kind of feel like he did. It just kind of felt like he did. I'm sorry. Plus, I spent a lot of money on jerseys and autographs.
see
I,
that makes sense.
I, I
That'll be
have
it. Behind.
I have
Yeah.
3 Carson Wentz jerseys and probably a shirt or two. I have
Yeah, I have
socks.
2 Carson Wentz jerseys and a
I, I,
jersey shirt.
I have
Yeah.
a pair of socks that one sock is Carson Wentz and the other sock is Zach Ertz.
And they're both gone.
What am I going to do with that now?
I
No, I still wear them. I don't care.
was gonna say I would wear them.
Yeah. But yeah,
Well,
so
I would be wearing my Eagles Carson Wentz jersey to the Eagles Monday Night Football game at home against Washington.
yes. Wow. So speaking of dives and the painted lines, got the scroller down. Just wanted to again, just a special shout out to everybody from the painted lines. Not only everybody on staff, but everybody who watches through the painted lines that comes in, joins us, and hangs out with us. We've had some of the best conversations with the painted lines people. So if you're a painted liner, you're watching on the YouTube, say what's up. We love talking to you guys. So we want to thank you again. We're streaming on their YouTube. They stream on our Facebook. It's a nice little partnership. We even have a little TPL and PSA show every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Birds of the Round Table, where we just kind of take a few topics. There's usually about 4 of us, and we just have fun talking birds. So it's a fantastic show. So check that out tomorrow for sure. When when do I get an invite on this show? Anytime you want, dude.
Sure, yeah, come on down.
100%. Anytime you want. Mondays at 6. You're always welcome, buddy. Because and Eric, obviously you have been on the Roundtable show a few times.
Yeah. Great time.
And yeah, it's such a great time. Dives is such a good dude and just knows his shit and just absolutely loves talking Philly sports. So I will do that all day. In fact, we really do need to start bringing some people on with us. But then I got to make more graphics, and it's
it's like right now it's real easy.
Yeah, I got it. Everything down. I mean, it's a little busy, but like whatever. I don't care. This is what I like. But yeah, so special shout out to all the Painted Lines people, staff, and fans of the Painted Lines. If you've never heard of the Painted Lines and you're not watching us through their YouTube, go check them out. Head on over to YouTube. Subscribe. They got insane amount of videos over there. Their draft coverage, whether it's NFL, whether it's NBA, it doesn't matter. They dive deep, and I'm talking.
Will they be doing a baseball draft preview?
That's a good question. I don't know. I would love to see. I would love to see that.
I would absolutely.
They dove in deep with prospects, and then they obviously with the players that we acquired, even some of the two-way players that we recently acquired, they do a special show on them and dive deep and really give you that information. And what they did for the NFL draft was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. They not only did they just go through show after show of whether specific players or specific position groups or fits for the Eagles. It was phenomenal. So dive deep into the Painted Lines. Head on over to their YouTube, subscribe, watch all of their videos, and then of course head on over to thepaintedlines.com where you can not only check out all those videos, but they got amazing articles too by some really, really good writers. So check them out. And it's kind of what I thought he was going to say. I wish no one really cares about the MLB draft, though that would be fun.
Right?
If there's,
It would be great.
if there's anybody that would do it and could do it, and
We all know someone who could.
Definitely. Well, yeah, that's very true. That is very true. In fact, speaking of, I'm assuming you're talking about our very own Diamond Club podcast, the Frozen Rope podcast host, John Hunter. That dude is a baseball just wealth of knowledge. So
he is a baseball guru.
Yeah, I'm excited about what he's got in store. In fact, they just had an interview with Johnny Gomes on their show last week, and the Diamond Club podcast is coming back on a PSA channel near you. So we'll definitely be letting you know when that show comes back out. Anyway, so TPL, check them out, and then thank me later. So. All right. You said the fourth best roster, if you will, pecking order. I may not be that grand. I think I'm going to probably be in maybe the 5 to 6 range. I really actually like San Francisco's squad.
See, their squad is really nice.
Dallas has to be there, as much as I don't even like saying them. They always, regardless, just seem to always have a good roster. It's just whether or not they, choke like they normally do. I think they're kind of in that 5 to 6 range. They really filled in a lot of holes this offseason, which was very important. And, going into right after the draft, we were all very concerned about the defensive backfield. And what did they do? They brought in James Bradbury to start opposite Slay. And they just recently brought in Tart, formerly of San Francisco, who's going to come in and most likely be the starter, at least if not push, Epps and Wallace, I think either way, to be better, and maybe they just kind of have like a 3-man game with Harris, Epps, and Tart. So I like it. Again, I'm all for adding talent, all for adding depth, because when you add talent, you're only adding to your depth, because those guys get pushed back. Obviously we all know what they did with the linebacking core. It's about time. Adding Reddick, whether you want to officially call him an edge, a linebacker, or whatever, he's right there. Obviously, drafting Nakobe Dean,
in the third round, that's unbelievable.
One of my all-time, favorite selections from this past year. So they improved there. They improved the defensive line, adding Jordan Davis. Getting Brandon Graham back again. Hopefully we get full Brandon Graham, but still, again, having him out there is better than not. So you're improving all 3 facets of your defense. Your offensive line, yes, you had Brandon Brooks retire, but again, he was hurt so much over the last couple of years. He was barely, and that gave Driscoll, some time to really get in there. So I think he's in the mix. You obviously have Sale Malo for the right guard, whether he can kind of switch over. He's been a left guard mostly. So again, talent there, competition that will only help, especially when the left side of your line is Mulata, Dickerson, and Kelsey. Mulata is obviously coming to his own. The man signed which is now looking like a bargain of a contract.
Oh, yeah.
Considering just how much better he gets every year. Dickerson, again, coming off his rookie year, Where there was concerns coming in with his injuries. It seemed like he is kind of past that. Um,
Right.
and that's a big left tackle, left guard combo. Like,
I mean, how nice is it to speak? Oh, it's third and 1. It's 3rd and 2. All right. Well, let's just
let-
run off the left side.
yeah, let's mash it to the left side.
Right.
Absolutely. And then you only have the best center in the league,
Yeah.
sitting right next to those guys. So, and then on the other bookend, you have another All Pro or somebody that should be a consistent All Pro, but seems to
Right.
get overlooked, even though he generally has the best numbers for right tackles as far as sack percentage in the
Right.
league. But whatever, right? It's a popularity contest, clearly. So you have that. You have Goddard, who's coming into what I like to call his Zach Ertz year. This
Yes.
is exactly the point in his career where Zach Ertz took that huge step up and made himself a top tight end in this league. And Goddard has only just been building up to this. And I think this is absolutely where he breaks out. You have added an all-pro, a top young under 25 wide receiver in A.J. Brown to go along with your rookie from last year in Devonta Smith.
Mhm.
You have Quez Watkins, who's just coming into his own, getting better. And listen, we can say all we want about the rest of the wide receivers, Rager and Ward and Hightower and whoever else are going to throw out there.
Right.
But again, you're adding so much talent into this room; it's only going to raise the talent of others. You also bring in Pascal, who I think is going to be pretty helpful as well. So, yeah, and then you have only the best running attack from last year. Miles Sanders, another year of Kenny Gainwell, Boston Scott.
Right.
So and they got the rookie Brooks from Oklahoma, big guy. Who knows if he'll be able to make the roster? But again, I think overall you really improved this team in such a way that you can't ignore them. And with the schedule and everything, with this team, they really can set themselves up for a great season. If, again, health, as with every other team, with health,
sure, that's everybody
and
though.
with everything and things going the right way. And we had went through the game by game, and I think we were 10, 11 wins, somewhere in there.
Right.
The more and more the season continues, the more and more I feel more confident about those numbers. And I think I was at 10, and I really kind of almost want to go to 11.
I think I'm at 11. Yeah, I think I'm 11-7, or what is that? 11-6. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, anybody who's out there watching, shoot us out what your record prediction was. We always love hearing what people are thinking as far as their record. As far as the roster goes, again, they have made mass improvements. Where right now, would you say is the glaring hole? And you can't say quarterback because again, we know what we have. We're hoping that it improves. And there's we have the guy that could be the guy, basically. What other position out there do you think, honestly, is the one that you're like, oh man, I'm a little worried about that?
That's a great question. What would be the roster spot? What would be your biggest weakness roster spot?
Honestly, I it's going to sound silly, but I think tight end too. I'm happy bringing in Tart because again, I think that is more than serviceable. Do I have worry about the future of our safety position? Yes.
Sure.
I would love to have somebody in there that's young and talented, but again, that's kind of future problems. I think they did bringing in Tart did enough for me to improve that because that was generally my biggest. And they brought in a wide receiver. They drafted a backup or a backup / replacement for Kelsey. They drafted a backup / replacement for Cox. They improved their linebacker for tenfold. So yeah, I'm worried not worried, but like more concerned about the tight end 2 spot of who's going to
Mm.
step up. Is it going to be Jack Stoll? Is it going to be, is Jackson ever going to be the same guy that we hoped he could be? Because again, being down there and live at practice, seeing him, he was somebody you absolutely couldn't take your eyes off of. And again, I know it's practice, and
Sure.
but you got to start somewhere. So, Mike, we'll have number 19 at tight end. Oh boy, Mr. J Jaw.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Mike also says 12-5, which I like. I really do.
I like that. Yeah.
By the time training camp starts, who knows? Maybe I might be there. Generally, I'm usually kind of reserved. In fact,
Just because usually I'm the big optimist saying
it was last year. I was on like a panel show,
Mhm.
and everybody was like 12, 13 wins, and I was the only one who was under 11 games. I predicted correctly 9 wins. I was like, sorry, like I don't mean to be Debbie Downer here, but like,
And the thing is, like, I thought based on what the national media was saying, I thought 9 wins was optimistic.
yeah,
Like, and if you look at it, like a year ago, the Eagles, I think, did something that I'm always preaching. It's they handled their business. They beat the teams they were supposed to beat. And I like that. They're now tight
Yeah,
end factory.
Well, speaking of, they drafted the rookie as well, who I'm hopeful for that can kind of slide in, and who knows, maybe he ends up being the number 2 because Jack Stoll's still a young guy. Jackson again
Sure.
only had the 1 year under tight end, been in the league for a little bit. You obviously have JJ who put on some pounds and some muscle and moved over. Who knows? Again, you clearly saw there was a reason why he was on the team for his blocking ability. So who knows if that's enough to keep him given his special team skills. Yeah, I mean, I think
Am I the
that,
only one who feels like the being told, "Oh, he's a great special teams guy," is like code for we don't want to admit he sucks.
I mean, it definitely is. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I had a drink here and I didn't have a bottle opener. Luckily, I just have a random bottle
There you
opener sitting there. So I didn't. Speaking of, I don't have any more of my precious iced teas there, buddy.
It's funny. I have a sixer downstairs right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that wink was your indicator
That it's time to get you some
that
more.
time for another delivery.
All right.
I might even go 2 cases.
Ooh. Double
What?
down.
Double
Okay.
down. Double down.
Always double down.
Always. Yeah. So again, summation of all of this. I think they're on the cusp of something.
Yeah.
Things obviously, as every NFL team knows, things have to go right. Timing, who you play, when you play them. But
Oh, sure.
again, I think this team has a chance, and especially as we always talk about Jalen Hurts, if he can make those small incremental changes, get a little more consistency, But everything we've been hearing so far is that the things that we've been wanting him to work on, he's improving. And not only
Okay.
Sirianni been saying it, which I'm sure he kind of almost has to, but but media members are coming out and saying like, hey, Jalen looked really crisp. He was going through his reads. He hit AJ Brown. He hit Devontae Smith on a deep ball. A bullet on point. Right over Slay or whoever. So again, these are the things you want to hear during this time. Does it mean anything in the long run? No, but again, what's the alternative? To not hear, oh man, Jalen looked like crap the other day. He couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
again, take what you can get at this time and hope that it translates. It's like I always equate it to baseball, like a player having themselves a spring training, and then when it comes to the regular season, they can't do shit. Can't do shit. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so
We've
Dylan,
seen a couple of those in Philly.
yeah, right. Dylan checks in. Minshew season, Super Bowl bound. Get the hell out of here. Man, he is a Hurts hater. Mike, a few fantasy books have Hurts a top five quarterback. Yeah, I have seen that. Again, I think the combination of his run ability and the fact that he can certainly rack up some points, and the fact that they added AJ Brown. I think they didn't add him just so they could run the ball, uh, a lot. So hopefully that translates to more passing and more fantasy and more real life stats and wins.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna have to call out Dylan here on his take on Jalen. Yeah, Taysom Hill, by the way, is not a top five fantasy quarterback.
He was for a few weeks. Let's be honest. He was for a few weeks when everyone was confused that he was still a tight end, and probably ruined some friendships when somebody picked him up and put him in the tight end spot or the flex spot.
Right.
I got quarterback points. Yeah, that definitely ruined some fantasy.
Oh yeah, no, that ruined some friendships. Yeah,
not gonna lie, I did it in the league.
Yeah, that ruined more friendships than Trump versus Hillary.
Remember, and it's always the Saints, ain't it? Remember,
right?
Marquise Colston's rookie season.
Yeah, Colston. He was listed as
a tight end, but he wasn't. He was a wide receiver.
Right.
And again,
stupid Saints.
I know, right? They're always trying stuff. Bastards.
Yeah, they are shady MFers.
Oh, they really are. They really, really are. Real quick though, I wanted to talk about our official sponsor. See the scroller down. I head on over to WWE
Saints, by the way, everybody.
What's that?
Which is not the New Orleans Saints.
No, it's not. The Saints are not our sponsor. Although that would be weird. But
that would be weird.
Time. Maybe we can infiltrate. But anyway, head on over to la-terrain.com, the official sponsor and wonderful watch company. If you use code PSA at checkout, you get site-wide discounts. I'm rocking the Black Midnight Atlas. Oh, I'm also rocking this new one. I just got another kind of, I guess I'm kind of into the black watches right now. But yeah, these things are absolutely cool as hell. I absolutely love them. I get compliments on them all the time. I mean, just in general, I do, but on these watches, more so. But yeah, seriously, head on over to them. They got not only great people that work there, talking to the owner, and he's a real good dude, and just absolutely very passionate about what he does. And it's high quality watches for, generous prices, honestly. And even cheaper when you use code PSA. So head on over there. They got sunglasses. I wish I had my sunglasses on me. They're dope as hell. They got like watch bands, wristbands. They got stuff for the ladies as well. So check them out. www.la-terrain.com. All right. Back to Dylan and his Hurts. Hate. But you know what I'm saying, Eric. Jalen was the best fantasy quarterback in the league for half the season. We got to know the difference between fantasy and real life. I mean, you got a point.
Sure.
You got a point. There is a huge difference. I mean, Tom Brady is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but generally not regarded as a good fantasy quarterback. I mean, granted, he did have a few years there where he was on fire, but, in general. Mike O checks in. What up, Mike? Hurts is an elite runner, but really want to see Smith and Brown get 1K yards apiece this season now. Wouldn't that be fucking cool as shit? And you know what? Throw fucking Watkins in there too.
Here we go. Let's get 1,000 yards for Quez Watkins.
Let's get 3 of them. Wouldn't that be
we haven't
cool?
had one in how many years, and now we're gonna get 3 in 1 year.
Lakers fan in the mud. Oh, that's a good one. But yeah, dude, Mike, dude, I'm right there with you, man. Well, that would be cool as hell. I mean, I'm a little greedy throwing Watkins in there, but that would be awesome. I mean, again, we all know, we've heard it a million times. We haven't had 1,000-yard receivers since Jeremy Maclin. Like, yeah, all right. We got to say it too. That's actually how they say Maclin. It's been forever. We got it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I think potentially the touchdown record could be for a season could be in jeopardy. 14 with To. I think one of those two could get real close. The only thing that would hurt them is the fact that they both have like 12.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Where like
which
one
which
is 10,
good,
one is 12. Yeah,
right, good problems to have, right?
yeah. First world problems right there.
Yeah, right. But seriously, like, yeah, dude, I'm really excited about this offense. I honestly think it could be a very top offense in this league. And
Mhm.
we've all seen what Jalen Hurts can do. Now we obviously know what he can't do, and that was consistency
Sure.
and progressing as a quarterback. He's still young. He's still young. Like, we're so used to this. Oh, they get drafted. They're amazing. They're all pros, and instantly. We're not giving people time. Like, a lot of the
Right.
times, it takes a few years, a few seasons of some games to get under your belt before it clicks. And listen, we're hoping that this is the year. He's gotten better every year. I mean, granted,
Yeah. Oh
small
yeah.
sample size to bigger sample
Mhm.
size, but still, there's improvement, and that ultimately is what you want to see. So, again, I just think if people just stop trying to rush it, like, just let him progress how he's going to progress. Stop hating on him. Like that's the thing I just don't understand. You could just not like him. You could, like Dylan. Like, I'm sure Dylan in the long run would rather Jalen Hurts step up and be the franchise guy moving forward and never have to worry about the quarterback position for the next,
Yeah,
6-7 years.
15 years. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, 15. Good Lord.
That's right. 15 years.
But, again, it makes the Eagles a better team.
Yeah.
It makes next year's assets in the draft to better this team rather than worrying about fixing the quarterback position. So, as
Yeah, if
Eagles
you go into next season believing Jalen's the guy, and basically all doubt has been put to rest. Jalen came out threw for 4,000 yards. Whatever your marks is for touchdowns and
30 touchdown, whatever, yeah.
30 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
Right,
You
right.
know,
But yeah,
I mean, like, I don't see how then, like, knowing then, okay, the quarterback situation's put to rest. I don't know how, like, you're not more confident than saying, okay, now let's go plug in other areas. Let's go get tight end two. Let's go get another offensive lineman in the
yeah,
next.
excuse me. Let's replenish, some of the
Right.
positions where we're a little bit older. These are the things that we would have the luxury of doing, knowing that Hurts is the guy. So again, hate all you want. That's fine. If you don't like them, that's fine. Like, not everybody's going to be a fan of everybody. I get that. Like,
Sure.
whatever. But again, and I'm not picking on you, John, because I know you're not actively rooting against him, but there are people that are. There are people that are actively rooting
People
against
who
him
would
because they
rather
don't.
be right than be happy.
Right.
And I don't
We've
understand.
we've talked about this ad nauseum. People in this day and age would absolutely rather be right and say "I told you so" than enjoy a great season with a quarterback that's progressing and gets them into the playoffs. Mike chimes back, with this being Jalen's second year under the same coaching staff gives hope that he will progress. Yeah,
Sure.
consistency around him will only help him be consistent.
And
And
I've been saying all along that at the end of this year, if you don't know, if say he has another year that's kind of iffy,
I
you know,
hate,
if you don't know, then you know.
yeah, exactly. If you're unsure, then that's your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. I wanted to dive into the other portion
Yeah.
that I wanted to talk about tonight is right now. Oh snap! What up? What up, Birdman?
What up, Birdman?
How's it going tonight? So yeah, I wanted to talk about who you feel are the current top 5 Eagles on this roster.
Okay.
Go for it.
So I'll say, yeah, sure. Darius Slay, Dallas Goddard, Fletcher Cox, AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith.
Okay. So that is your top 5 right now.
Yes.
In 5 years, who do you think will be the top 5 Eagles?
Jordan Davis.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
Birdman. Appreciate it, brother.
Jordan Davis has gotta be number one.
Okay, so well, again, it doesn't have to be in order or anything, but all right. So Jordan Davis, you think is going to be on there, right?
Yeah.
Who else?
Well, Dallas Goddard.
Dallas Goddard's still around 5 years. Got it. Good.
I'm really, really hoping it's Jalen Hurts.
Okay, I like it.
I'll go Landon Dickerson
Ooh, I like that.
and N'Kobe Dean.
Right?
The steal of the draft.
Oh, brother. I love it. Absolutely love it. Hey, Mitch, what's going on, buddy? How's it going? People think that Jalen Hurts is going to be the MVP of the season. I don't see that happening. Honestly, I haven't heard too much of that talk.
Hey, if he is.
But again, you know that there's the two extremes. There's the Hurts haters and those that think Hurts is going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. I honestly think it's going to be a little bit more in the middle. I am just kind of predicting improvement and some of the things that we've been harping on over last year that he gets better at and becomes the franchise quarterback. Mike chimes in. All right, so Mike's top 5, and I assume this is right now, just given that Kelsey's on there. Jake Elliott, love it. Slay, Goddard, Brown, and Kelsey. Okay, so I'm going to say my 5 right now is Slay, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Jordan Mailata,
Okay.
and Kelsey.
Okay.
With a honorable mention of Lane Johnson.
Sure.
So 5 years from now, I think it's Mailata. I think it's Dickerson. I think it is Jordan Davis. I think it's N'Kobe Dean. And I think it is Devontae Smith.
Wow, I find it curious. Dallas Goddard doesn't make either of your top 5 lists.
No, he's just outside.
Okay.
He's just outside. Given that the tight end position isn't of the utmost importance, and just given the fact that our offensive line is, very good, and I can hope and think that it will continue to be good. So, Mike chimes in right now. My top 5 is Slay, Goddard, Kelsey, Brown, and Smith. All right, so we're getting a couple people's top 5 current Eagles. If you're
how about 5 years?
Yeah, give us your top 5 in 5 in 5 years. Let us know who drops off, who gets added on. So yeah, the fact that you have, so who was on both? It was Goddard.
I had Goddard and was Devontae Smith. I think was on both.
Okay, and the
then
5
Davis, Dickerson, and
Dickerson and
N'Kobe Dean.
N'Kobe Dean, got it. Mike, dude, I love you. It's because number 19 will surpass Goddard. I love a good J Jaw joke more than anything.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. We've had more jokes than receptions by J Jaw.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's also had more umbrellas at practice than he has receptions. So, fucking nail him, dude. Dude, you know what? I respect because he always keeps it consistent. I love it.
I dig that.
So Dylan comes in number 1, our 2023 drafted quarterback, Goddard, Davis, Smith, and Dean.
I love it.
Listen. If that's the way it is, that's the way it is. But again, I'm hoping it's Hurts rather than whom we draft in 2023 if we get to that point. So, but yeah, that's really fun. I'm not gonna lie. Oh
Yeah, I
boy.
gotta say, I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff. All right, Mike O chimes back in. Mike, appreciate it, buddy, for commenting, man. This is what we love, people talking. In 5 years, Jordan Davis, Mulata, Smith, Dean, and Dickerson. Love it.
A lot of love for Dickerson. I like it.
Yeah, another one. That was pretty. I think everybody on my list except for Dickerson. Who else did I have? Did I have Dickerson? I might have had Dickerson.
You might. Yeah, I thought you did have Dickerson.
I can't remember. Well, I'll go back and check the taste. Birdman, what kind of touchdowns for Jalen Hurts passing? I think honestly, I think he can get to 30.
Yeah.
Given the fact that you have a lot of mouths to feed through the air, I assume that Smith and Brown can both get 10 plus.
Yeah.
Let's call them 10. That's 20 right there. Goddard's got to be in that 7 to 8 range. That's 27.
And then
Perez is probably going to get like 4 or 5.
Of course, you got to get the J-Jaw one.
Yeah, you got to get the obligatory J-Jaw and the Rager a singular touchdown. So yeah, I think 30 is a very doable number. Even if I'm a little high on Smith and Brown getting, I think there's again enough people, mouths to feed. Pascal's probably going to get, a couple. Miles Sanders might catch one. Gainwell, Jack Stoll might steal one. So, yeah. Mike chimes in and says 32 and 8. Yeah, honestly, I could absolutely see.
I think that's a really good. Yeah, that's a
I
good
could absolutely see 40 total touchdowns. Dylan with some breaking news: Le'Veon Bell versus AP. Boxing match has officially been signed. AP is an Adrian Peterson. Really?
Oh wow!
What a weird matchup. I guess when you're no longer in the league. Now, did either of them officially retire? I don't think so. I think they're just free agents.
I feel like Adrian Peterson's trying to keep himself sharp, whooping on his kid. So.
Oh, come on, man! Too soon. I gotta go AP, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, not to joke, but yeah, he's obviously got the experience. But also had.
Let me mock you for making a joke, but then make a joke myself.
Right, baby. Yeah, dude. Have you? I mean, not that Le'Veon Bell is a schlub, but geez, have you seen Adrian Peterson? That man is just from a different cloth. So anyway, before we get on out of here, I did obviously want to mention our new partnership with Six Pack Coverage. Head on over to www.sixpackcoverage.com. Not only are all of our shows on their network, but they have other shows as well about not only sports but lifestyle, fitness, food, travel, finance, whatever. They're a national media company based out in Tennessee. So we're kind of bringing the Philly style along with our brothers from CEV Network. So we're doing a little bit of a Philly takeover. So check them out, and we are just absolutely getting spammed now in the YouTube. I wonder whose YouTube that is, but yeah, apparently there's probably a link for some naked cheap sex dating website. So at your own risk. But kindly fuck off. Thank you. In fact, can I just block a user? Yeah, I can do that. Oh, there you go. Oh, I just blocked them. All their comments went away. Yay!
Woohoo!
But yeah, head on over to Six Pack Coverage. We're over there. They got podcast after podcast, but they got great articles as well. Really funny guys over there. Andrew is running things. Does a podcast with Albert Hainsworth, formerly of the Tennessee Titans and Washington Redskins, as they were then. About Tennessee Volunteers. It's actually really good back and forth between them. Obviously, Hainsworth knowing quite a bit about football. So check them out. Check us out on there. But yeah, I think we're running out of time here, and by that I mean my laptop battery is mere minutes away from dying. and it's almost that time anyway.
Yeah.
So we're gonna head on out, but we absolutely these are our best shows, our favorite shows. When people are in the comments, just hanging out, talking,
Yeah.
interacting. Again, you guys can talk about whatever you want. We'll talk with you. We don't care. Like, if you guys want to drive the conversation, let's talk. Let's talk about it. So we appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Mike, appreciate it, brother. Hope
Yeah.
to see
Appreciate
you
it, Mike.
next time. And our good buddy Mike Miller, who has been a fan of the show, a friend of the show for a long time. Glad that we were able to meet you. And like I said, we are absolutely planning on heading out to see you in
Hell
the
yeah.
near future. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, we appreciate everything, Mike. Dylan, of course, appreciate always bringing the hate, but it makes for good show. I usually get the notifications as long as they come through. Yeah, I know you are, buddy. We
Hey,
appreciate
man.
it.
Yeah. Really appreciate it.
Birdman 951, appreciate you stopping in from the YouTube. Mitch, of course, who was on one of the Birds of the Round Table show, and I look forward to having him back. And of course, Mr. Crockpock Media, Dives himself, Mr. TPL as I like to call him, stopping in early and talking with us. So appreciate everybody. We absolutely love chatting with you guys. So we hope to see you guys next week, Monday night at 6:00. As far as almost 400. Love it. As far as the rest of the schedule for this week, we have the Philly broadcast tomorrow with myself and Ryan Finneran talking all four for four at 7:00 right here again on all these channels. And then right after, as the aforementioned Birds of the Round Table show, panel show, round table show with Dives and myself and a few of our PSA brothers and TPL brothers talking some birds. So check that out at 8:00. Again, same networks. Wednesday, we had the Bald Eagle podcast with Mr. Bald Eagle himself, Sean Cressman. And Thursday, we had the TLC podcast, the new look TLC podcast. So check that out. And we got a bunch of other stuff. So head on over to Facebook, give us a follow, give us a like. Obviously, YouTube, give us a subscribe. Twitter, follow, Instagram, all that good stuff. Like, follow, share, all the buttons, hit them all. We appreciate everybody who not only comments and likes and shares and rates and whatever, all that stuff. Every little bit of it really
Blindly follow.
Yeah, blindly follow, but it does mean the world to us, and we appreciate everybody chiming in. So, Kyrie apparently just picked up his option. Really? Strange. Yeah, that whole situation in Brooklyn is fucking weird. But anyway, we will see you guys next week, 6:00 on Monday. Again, we only got a few more weeks until training camp, so once we get to that point, man, it is smooth sailing all the way to the regular season. So only got a month to go, and then we're hitting the home stretch. So we will talk to you guys next week. Eric, you got anything to add before we pop on out of here?
Nah.
All right. Gotta love it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining the comments. Again, visit thepaintedlines.com, visit la-terrain.com, and visit sixpackcovers.com. You will thank me later. So for the Football Smack Talk show, I'm Ryan.
I'm Eric. Happy football, everybody. Only 73 more days to go.
Man, that is so doable. That is so doable. We got this. It's like 2 months.
Yeah, a little over 2 months. Yeah, a little bit. 2 months, 10 days.
Yeah, we're good. Eagle season before you know it. All right, everybody, have yourself a fantastic week. I will see you tomorrow and throughout the week on some of our other shows. So will Eric. So thank you very much for everything that you guys do for the Philly Sports Alliance and this show. So have a great night. We'll see you next time.